Yo, what is going on, you disposable deli bird? Today we're playing some games with AzulGG, and it doesn't have a ton of new additions, but the additions it did get are a pretty big deal, which is basically just the scoop up net. I think it's actually the only new card from Rebel Clash that I added to the deck was the scoop up nets, but it's a really big deal in helping us reduce our Pokemon in play down to just an AzulGG in some matchups, and reducing our opponents' ways to kind of draw prize cards. If we have to get, you know, 2 Jirachis in play to get going to find a draw supporter, we can scoop up net maybe one of them later on. And even if we have that last one in play, you know, that maybe don't have enough dudes in play for them to be able to draw prize cards around. Besides that, the only real other cool thing that I've added to the list is an energy switch, so that way we can get into the Sableye V from pretty much out of thin air. We just have maybe an energy on a bench Zigzagoon, they take a knockout, and then we go like Rare Candy, Obstagoon, Rosa for the Sableye, the E-switch, the energy, attach, E-switch over, and then go ahead and with the Crazy Claws and get a big knockout out of nowhere, which we need to take down the big VMAX Pokemon that are going around, the Toxtricity, Dragapult, stuff like that, Caparaja. This guy's a big deal in doing that, and we can't really like leave him on the bench with an energy, because now with boss's orders he can very easily be gusted up and taken out. So we can't just let him sit there with an energy and then attach energy on the next turn. We got to kind of bring him in out of nowhere, and you know, our opponent usually probably won't want to like boss's order up a Zigzagoon with an energy on it. So yeah, there's that combo in there, which is super crazy good. Scoop up nets, reduce ways for our opponent to draw prize cards. Dragapult's a really tough matchup for this deck, but besides that, it's pretty clean, and I've been loving it lately. So let's go ahead, let's play some games. All right, we won the coin flip here in this first game. We'll be going first, excuse me, mulligan here. We don't play that many basic Pokemon. I'd definitely rather mulligan than open one of our 2 prize Pokemon as well. So we're gonna take this for sure. The hang was pretty good though. If we open like a Jirachi or something, quick ball, get a Zigzagoon, Candy, Obstagoon out turn 2. Just Jirachi start, a doll. This also isn't bad though. And we have a Rosa, so we can just go like, if they knock out this guy, we can go like turn 2 into the Obstagoon. But yeah, we'll see what our opponent's playing. See, there's a Lapras VMAX. All right, so against these guys, our game plan becomes to knock them out with Sableye and Yveltal. Is our game plan. Oh man, do we want... The net's not very good. Let's get the doll, keep stalling, slowing our opponent down. Yeah, so our game plan becomes to take these knockouts on these big dudes with the Yveltal, with the Sableye V. They got way too much HP for us to get through with the Obstagoons before they would draw their 6 prize cards, because they can hit our Obstagoon with stuff like the Lapras V. We also want to save our Jirachis as much as possible, because now with boss's orders in the format, our opponent does have a lot of chase, so we got to force the dolls onto our opponent as soon as possible, and kind of, yeah, force them to deal with the dolls as soon as possible, and as often as possible. As many turns as we can throw the dolls at them, we want to, when we're not attacking with something on our turn. So gonna want to pretty much, our next turn is going to be like play Marnie, switch into a doll, try and get as many Zigzagoons in play as possible, set up for the Yveltal, set up for the Yveltal, set up for the Sableye V. Another doll, sure, why not? I'm gonna Stellar Wish before the Marnie here. There's a Calm, that's nice. Calm away the Obstagoon. Grab ourselves a Zigzagoon. Take a look at what's prized here. All of our energies here, all of our Rosas, all of our draw supporters are here, I think. Prize both the skateboards? Nope, both the skateboards are there. Prize the candy, the quick ball. Chillin'. Sableye is prized. We're playing around the, what's it called initially here, the Yveltal, because we did prize that Sableye. Gonna switch into a doll, play the Marnie. I guess disrupting, doing our hands, opponent's hand right there maybe was the greatest. It's fine though. Energy here. Not going to put the escape board down. A lot of people have been running Tool Scrappers. I've been getting punished quite a bit for being too aggressive with my escape boards. Not really actively thinking about playing around Tool Scrapper, but it's a weird combination right now where people are playing Tool Scrapper, usually as like a one-of in most decks, and then they're also playing heavy Marnie, so it makes it really... It feels really weird to not put this escape board in play to try and play around it getting Marnied away, but then also it's like, well, if my opponent just Scrappers it, that's even worse. So holding on to it is usually the correct play, but it doesn't feel great when you then get Marnied next turn or something like that. All right, we do already have the combo to actually KO this thing with the Yveltal. So that's what we're going to be looking to do as soon as next turn. If they knock out our doll here with this, we can knock it out with Yveltal. We could even hit with Obstagoon. We probably don't want to hit with Obstagoon. Probably just going to Yveltal it actually. It's got the Ocean Loop set up. Not much else going on for our opponent though. They got the Frostmoth. This guy can Ocean Loop. He can Mega Evolve. They might force us to go into a Obstagoon first. Like, I don't know if I want to hit this with the Yveltal knockout yet. I could, but it's not a VMAX. So like, if we just attack with the other dude with just a Obstagoon, that also might just be fine for the turn. I'm gonna start with Stellar Wish here, get this Quick Ball. So I'm kind of torn on that right now, to be honest, whether or not I want to go into just an Obstagoon and hit this, or if we should knock it out with the Yveltal. Use the Yveltal's GX attack now. I think I should just go with the Obstagoon play, but then if it does become a VMAX, we can't knock it out anymore. I guess we're just going to knock it out because our Sableye is prized. We need to get the Sableye. All right, so Candy, Energy, and probably just a Linoon actually, and then we can Quick Ball for a Zigzagoon. I kind of like that a little bit better. Oh no, we have to get the we have to get the Yveltal. I was like losing my mind right there. Yeah, we got to get the Yveltal. We got to use that Doom count. All right, Candy out. Obstagoon. Perfect. Oops, there. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. Yeah. I guess I could have quick balled for the Yveltal, but we want to get a Zigzagoon here. And we definitely want to get it on the bench right now. That way we can maybe evolve it next turn. Go there to the Frostmoth. Skateboard. Retreat. And Doom count GX. Knock out this Lapras V. And it's pretty good so far. I mean, all right, there's that Sableye. That's what we want. Unfortunately, it's in our hand. And we only have a research in our hand besides a research. So I guess I could have put a doll under the deck knowing that I could have got this out of my prize cards. There's also a Zigzagoon prized. But there's just going to be the concede from our opponent. So a quick fast dub here. Apparently just the Yveltal GX is going to be a little bit too much. We're going to end up with a dub in this first one. Okay, into another one. We did win the coin flip in this one as well. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, awkward no matter who we start with. I almost feel like I'd rather open the Yveltal though, to be honest. That can't be correct though, because we're also going to lose our Ordinary Rod. This sucks when we have the research and the Ordinary Rod in the same hand. Let's open the Zigzagoon. Gives us more options. We could treat it to something. Yeah. Let's see what our opponents may be playing here as well. Definitely possible we don't even want this around. So let's see, it is ADP Zacian, so we definitely don't want the Yveltal in this one. Top decked a Jirachi, which is great. Gonna retreat to Jirachi. And got ourselves on a skateboard, that's fine. Attach, retreat, and pass. Over to our opponent. Let's see what they got. This matchup is super good for us, I think. With the way that ADP Zacians are currently built, I feel like it is a very good matchup. But pretty much just the lack of Mawile that people haven't been playing because Obstagoon really isn't a threat anymore. Yeah, Obstagoon has seemed like it has fallen off completely, but I actually think Obstagoon is okay. The matchup that I've had the most trouble with and has just been really hard to overcome is the Dragapult matchup. We can get really close, but it feels like it's very hard to ever win the match. Pretty like ever. It feels just really hard to ever win the match. Definitely not the worst matchup ever, but it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. Pretty hard to overcome as the Obstagoon. But something like the ADP Zacian, that's a pretty easy match to overcome. I feel like this is a pretty good matchup for us. Just need to draw our cards and do our stuff, and we usually walk away with the dub, especially now that we have the scoop up Cyclones in the deck, or super scoop up nets. Insanely good to help us clean up our bench, but still play aggressive to use Stellar Wishes and stuff. It's actually pretty crazy how good they are for the deck. All right, Stellar Wish, probably grab the Rosa. If they don't have a Marnie, we just have the full combo next turn and we just win the game. So grab the Rosa. Quick ball away a Jirachi. Gonna grab another Zigzagoon. Do 10 damage to the Zacian. And pass over to our opponent. Yeah, let's take the Rosa. The Rosa gives us the whole combo we need. So we have these 4 Pokemon in play, but we can scoop up net 2 of them once they knock out 1. Oh, did I overextend here a little bit? Scoop up net. This guy hit. No, we're good. I'm gonna give us a scoop net 1 of these guys no matter what. So, and then one of them will end up with an Obstagoon that they can't get over. For a second, I was like, wait a second, I think I overextended here, but no, we're actually perfectly fine, and this is a perfect setup that we want to be able to tackle this matchup. Stellar Wish again. Grab a quick ball. Gonna go ahead and attach to Zigzagoon. Retreat to this Zigzagoon. And then I am going to not use the quick ball, not use the Rosas, just pass over to our opponent. We're kind of just waiting. We're just kind of waiting. We have 2 more turns to work with. If they simply knock out the Zigzagoon, we actually just win the game, or should just win the game. We'll see what our opponent exactly has here coming up, but the game should be over if they just knock out this Zigzagoon right here, right now. There's a boss's orders. Gonna take out my Jirachi instead. That still doesn't matter. Got the Rosa. We're gonna go Rosa, Candy, Obstagoon, Energy, scoop up net this Zigzagoon, leave them with no options to actually win. We'll actually even quick ball away this Zigzagoon just in case they do have Mawile. It's possible we can play our hand down to no Goons or no basic Pokemon in it, and we'll try to do that as long as possible because we know they're only out at this point is Mawile, unless they play like a 1/1 Caparaja, which we're not playing for at all. So if they got that, we do just kind of lose. All right, here we go. Zigzagoon to the active, and there he goes. Gonna go ahead and Rosa. Gonna grab that Obstagoon. Gonna grab that Energy, and I'm actually gonna grab another Quick Ball in case a basic does make it into my hand. I can discard it once again. Gonna scoop up net this Zigzagoon. Send up this one. Candy, Obstagoon. Even if they KO this Zigzagoon on our bench, we still win the game. We don't care. 3 damage here, I guess. Sure. Attach. Quick Ball. Zigzagoon. Fail. And then obstruct. Even if they got the Fion boss's order play next turn, we have another Rosa. We can go Candy, Obstagoon, attach, obstruct. Nothing to play. If they knock out this Zigzagoon, there's nothing else for them to take knockouts on. We just simply obstruct again, and the game is also just over. I guess we could have, instead of this Quick Ball, gotten a what's it called? A second scoop up net. We do play a second scoop up net. We could have got that if it was in the deck. I don't actually know for sure if it was in the deck or not, but even if they KO this, we don't lose. So I'm kind of fine if this thing just gets knocked out here. And if they do have a Mawile, we probably lose no matter what. So playing around this into Mawile like it's about isn't really worth playing around. And they probably don't have a way to knock out this Obstagoon. I guess we'll find out whether or not they do here on this next turn. But this one should be just about wrapped up. Our opponent might sit here for a while, so we might be here for a little bit still. But it should be a dub eventually. We're just going to go draw. If it's a basic, we quick ball it away. It's not. All right, obstruct. And then we have like switch plus like dolls and stuff if they should like confuse us or somehow hit us up with a special condition. We have that combo as well to get out of that scenario. There is a Zigzagoon. I initially got a little bit nervous, but I don't think that does anything for them. They picked him up. They put him down. I guess they could ping us a bunch. Maybe they have. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what they could possibly have. That's a third ping. Is there anything that combos if they have like 3? If they play Yveltal GX, I guess. Run to their Mewtwo. They can Psyshock us actually. That's pretty annoying. Is affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So I'm pretty sure that does go through obstruct. Maybe. I think it would. So if they played like Aurora Energy, they could actually do 104. Oh, Aurora Energy with this actually beats Obstagoon currently. Oh, okay. We figured out something new here. That would actually beat us 100%. Because what would happen would be they ping us twice with this. They go, if they have Aurora Energy, they go Psyshock 70, and then we hit it for 90, and then they go Psyshock knockout, and then we would lose. And if we bench anything, we lose. Like once again, this scenario is what we're trying to build into every time. So we would lose to a Psyshock here all the time. If they could attack with it, which they can't because they play the basic water plus spinner. But if they could, other things we can lose to is stuff like Oranguru and stuff. So they could have Oranguru. Did I top deck that Jirachi? I should have quick balled away that Jirachi. Oops. Maybe I'm gonna get punished here. I should have quick balled away that Jirachi if I didn't last turn. I'm gonna quick ball it away right now. Once we top deck another basic, then it doesn't matter. I can also Marnie myself out of whatever I have. Obstruct once again. I'm interested if they've gotten out. Yeah, like if we get a basic out of here, like this Zigzagoon, we can play Marnie, shuffle it, or we could research and discard it. Probably Marnie's a little bit better though. Once again, just trying to have no basic Pokemon in our hand. If our opponent gets the Mawile combo, then so be it. If they play the Mawile and get their second boss's order, then kind of so be it. They got it. Gonna go ahead and Marnie. They are still sticking in this game and kind of digging. But I'm going Marnie and disrupt them because there's really no reason for me not to take advantage of this. Put them down to a 4-card hand, obstruct, and repeat, and repeat. Yeah, I don't know if they play something. If they do, I feel like they would have found it by now, but maybe they didn't quite hit it. Yeah, maybe they didn't quite hit it yet. And there's the concession. That's what I expected. And that's that dub. ADP Zacian, super easy matchup now that the scoop up nets are in the deck. We have so much time. We get to put that extra Pokemon or even 2 extra Pokemon and play with the double scoop up net if we know we have access to them. And yeah, no one's playing answers for it right now. So it makes that matchup super easy. Okay, lost the coin flip in this one, but our hand is super good. Double Doll, Jirachi, a Skateboard, Zigzagoon, Energy, super clean hand. Even though we are going to take it, we're up against some kind of Malamar deck. There's Energy Spinner. All right, this makes me think that it is probably, the spinner makes me think it's probably Dragapult with Malamar, which is, like I was saying in the video, at the beginning of the video, it's super tough. We're going to do our best, but it is a very tough matchup. We'll try. There's another Jirachi, probably going to bench that. Just going to take the switch to potentially get more Stellar Wishes going here. Boom, bench, Skateboard, Treat, Stellar Wish, Quick Ball. Could just punch this with Hoopa. I think I like that. I don't know. I don't know what they're playing. That's what makes it so difficult to decide how we want to tackle the scenario that we're presented with here. Let's just go like this. Play it slow. 10 damage here. Attach. And pass. Yeah, just play it slow. No idea what our opponent's playing. Figure out here soon. Like I said, my guess is Dragapult. They definitely top deck that treasure if it is Dragapult, because there's no reason they wouldn't have wanted to set up a Dragapult last turn. Unless they really want to get... Yeah, there's Dragapult. Okay, this matchup is insanely difficult. I don't think I've beaten one yet. I've gotten very close multiple times. Sableye V is definitely our go-to attacker in the matchup. He's the strongest thing we got. Crushing Hammers are going to be really annoying to deal with if they hit heads. If they hit tails, we're chilling. If they start hitting heads on these Crushing Hammers, we're going to be in trouble. But yeah, super difficult matchup. Insanely difficult matchup. I cannot say this enough. It's a hard matchup. But our opening hand's pretty good. We can even maybe get off this Obstruct knockout here. Oh, they're going for that Jet Assault. Here's a Marnie on us as well. I could have benched a dollar too. But they're gonna get the Jet Assault here, most likely. But we can respond with a knockout on this actually with the E-Switch plus the Sableye V. So I don't mind this too much myself. Or if we just get a can move this plus we're at Candy, knock this out. That would also be pretty good. Because we're very close to just knocking this thing out here. Yeah, I want to save that quick goal because I wasn't sure what we were up against yet. I don't know if we wanted to put the Sableye V in play or not, but the Sableye V is super good in this matchup, so we wanted to kind of keep that around. I see what our top deck is. Mew, not ridiculously good. Got Rosa, got Rare Candy. Got the E-Switch combo in hand. I feel like we should just go for the Rosa and play for that E-Switch on the next turn. We could Candy this guy out, though. Keep him safe right now, but that wouldn't give us much else to work with. I think we should take the Rosa here. I'm going to attach to the Zigzagoon. I'm just going to kind of hope they don't knock it out. And then... yeah, I'll bench the doll as well, just in case. Because if they go knock out both of my Jirachis potentially, which they could do, they could knock out both of my Jirachis here actually. Then I want to be able to send up the doll to get into the Sableye. But yeah, we'll see what they got. They had a pretty slow turn, pretty slow turn 1, pretty slow turn 2. Definitely want to get that extra energy in play because we know they play Crushing Hammers, so we want to be able to have the extra energy. Hopefully they don't find hopefully they don't find any more hammers, or if they find them, they don't hit heads at all. But in case they do find them, in case they do hit heads, got to be prepared for that. All right, there's a Baby Blound, so we know they play Baby Blound now. It's good to know. So they probably play Spell Tags. Whenever I've seen the Baby Blound, there's usually a Spell Tag alongside it to go with it. So got a little bit more info on our opponent's deck. Here is the Dragapult VMAX at 320 HP. Giant Bomb as well, of course, the whole package. So no spell tags. I've usually seen the spell tags with the Baby Blound, but it looks like they're rocking the Giant Bombs, help themselves out in that Baby Blounds matchup a little bit more. And here comes that Max Phantom, knocking out our Jirachi. They get to put 5 damage on one of our benched Pokemon as well. There it is, Max Phantom. Goodbye, Jirachi. Where the 5 damage counter is going to go. We do have the combo with Rosa set up. But even if you pull off the combo, the matchup is still insanely difficult. Watch, we'll pull off the combo as long as the Sableye's in the deck. I guess I didn't check for him, but we're hoping he's there. Gonna Stellar Witch first, because if we get a Rare Candy, we can get a different trainer card here. It might just be a research, actually. Let's see. Rosa. There's Sableye. Good. Got an energy for him. I think we want a quick ball to get a Zigzagoon into play. Candy Obstagoon. Yeah, I think we want that for that. And there's no reason not to grab another energy. We're going to get 3 prize cards to work with as well. All right, sounds good to me. So now we go bench the Sableye. We attach to the Sableye. Then we energy switch over. It's that combo I was talking about. And we do this against a lot of the VMAX decks in general. And even though we get it here against the Dragapult, like I said, it's still not a great spot. Still not great. Gonna give up this Mew here. Get ourselves a Zigzagoon. There he is. And go ahead and snipe damage onto the next Dragapult. They did just discard their Baby Blound, which is super good for us. Yeah, the Baby Blound is gone, so they don't get the Fireworks Bomb turn, or hopefully won't be able to pull that off. I guess they could play Ordinary Rod or something and recover it. So we're hoping that doesn't happen, even though it is possible. We're hoping they aren't able to make that happen. And then we're actually set up in a way where we could actually, if this becomes a Dragapult VMAX next turn, we could actually knock this out with the Yveltal on our turn. Yeah, we could just knock it out with the Yveltal GX if we get Candy, Obstagoon, Yveltal Energy. It's a little bit, it's a lot of bits to have, especially if they're probably if they can get an attack with a VMAX this turn, they're probably knocking out our Truck. If they don't get the VMAX knockout and just kind of knock this guy out with the Jet Assault, should be pretty easy to take this guy out. There's a Stamp, that's fine. My hand wasn't anything ridiculously good. Actually, it's a little bit better now even. With the research, that's some hard draw. That definitely gives us a lot more reach than the Marnie for the turn. But yeah, it's gonna come down to what our opponent has here, for sure. Here comes a Giratina's coming out here. Getting some extra damage in play. Very strong, especially in the Malamar build. The Giratina is super strong. I think it's really strong with Dragapult in general, but with the Malamar build, it's even that much stronger because you can actually attack with it in certain situations with that Shadow Impact. So yeah, crazy strong in the Malamar build. It's also possible our opponent just has nothing here. They're playing super slow and super, yeah, super slow. Yeah, here comes the Psy Power. Okay, so it looks like they just kind of have nothing going on here. Onto my Sableye, which is a little bit annoying, but not that big of a deal. We're definitely just going to knock this thing out with the Obstagoon. Going to go ahead and play the Research. I want to switch the Sableye. I don't want to have to hard retreat it. And there is it looks like we have to hard retreat it, but here is the other Obstagoon, and there's the Yveltal, so we're set up to knock out this guy the way I just talked about with the GX attack. Gonna retreat. If they want to reach this guy, they do have to attack with the VMAX as well. So we're just gonna go with the Obstruct. I think we hold the rest of the hand. We could calm this away, but I'd rather have the calm in the deck, I think. Yeah, Obstruct. This guy will take 20 damage from that energy, but that's not that big of a deal. Gonna go down to 2 prize cards. The Giratina cannot attack our Obstagoon right now because we did use Obstruct, so I think we're gonna be walking away with the dub in this one in just a second. A lot of damage on our field. I don't think they can draw 5 prize cards in one turn here. Plenty of switch outs left, so if we're forced to send up the Obstagoon, they could maybe KO all of these guys here. Because this guy's got what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5, use Giratina twice more with Scoop Up Nets and discarding it. Definitely possible. Yep, and then if not, if this thing just stays active, even to get the knockout on this and they don't KO everything here, yeah, we just got that Doom count. There's 4 on them. That's what we set up. We set up those 4 for the Doom count. It has to be exactly 4. We have exactly 4. And that's just going to be the conceit. It looks like the top deck wasn't good enough. But yeah, even if they had gotten out the VMAX, KO'd our Obstagoon, KO'd our Sableye, we had the Doom count. So we had them pretty much no matter what there, I feel like. They could have Marnied us or stamped us, I guess, and that might have disrupted us. But we're like a Rosa away from pulling it off and getting the knockout there anyway. So it's feeling really good no matter if they stamped us, Marnied us, didn't. I guess Stamp could have been really annoying. The Marnie, wasn't really worried about a Marnie there. But yeah, that's the updated Goons build that I've been working with, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give the video a like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.